It's the LZ Invitational. We didn't get any sleep last night, but we ready.
Dude,
we got like 5 shots of Cuban espresso. I'm ready to go. Uncle Adam's always watching.
Wait a minute. Oh my God.
Next level, ain't it?
Pumped. This is it.
Is it?
Look at this. This is phenomenal, bro. It's gonna be a good day.
Get excited. Thank you for coming out.
Yo, sick car, hurt?
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna break it.
No.
I'm just kidding.
The whole internet says you're gonna break it.
I mean, look. I believe in Drift HQ. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna break
I
it.
also believe that you're really rough on cars. Them Crocs over there, hella clutch kicks.
You know what we gotta do. I'm gonna lock them up. Don't worry.
Hurt the starter. No, it's an old starter. I'm sure it's just found its time to go. You can smell it. God.
Just got back from the event. 3 trips with 3 cars each time. 9 cars to unload.
That's just
And
us.
that was just us, not even
Not
Adam.
even Adam's team.
So we're gonna look at the aftermath of what happened on Sunday. So that was like yesterday.
Yeah.
Today, Monday or Tuesday? I don't know what day it is. We haven't slept yet. All right, first and foremost, Tommy, drove this one, and he told us that he doesn't really drift that much. So thankfully, he didn't break anything on this car.
I don't think he took
drove
off the jump either, though.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
did?
He
Oh.
did. Yeah, the trunk. Oh yeah, the trunk came open on
Good
him.
throw.
That was the only thing that happened.
Well,
The trunk.
fun fact, this trunk doesn't actually close.
Oh, I didn't know that. So yeah, this opened up on the jump, and that was it. So Tommy did a great job. The only problem we found with this car was before the event, one of these
Got custom
Yahoos.
end plates.
Oh yeah, the custom M plates. I can really get behind this, you know. Don't forget.
That's a Cricket design not executed by Cricket.
Not executed by me, but yeah. This was the only damage that the car ensued, and it wasn't even done at the event.
Somebody jumped on the roof.
Yeah. So he got a little turned up the night before the event. You know, they had a good
Even
time.
like BMX tricks off of people's cars.
Yeah.
And then I don't think this thing was just somebody standing up here. I'd say there's shoe prints.
So we're just gonna take a plunger and.
Yeah.
Next one, Samet drove the 350Z.
You gotta feel bad for the boy. I mean,
We didn't even get to go through this car, really.
The car showed up. It had a bunch of issues with the brake pedal like fading away. So like as soon as he would start to drift, the foot brake would just go to the floor. So they put a new master in it. They bled it. They unplugged the ABS, tried everything. Seemed to be working here. Then he took it to the event, and same thing happened again. So he didn't actually get to drive this car very much, which is okay because I mean it's
It lasted.
it's still alive. Was that windshield cracked before?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think
So yeah, that one it looks exactly the same as when it left, except for this side seems to have a ridiculous amount of camber. I don't know what happened there.
Pay no attention to this car.
No, pay all the attention to this car.
We're very sad that we haven't got to fix this yet. Savio decided to grade Emerald Coast Dragway with the bash bar and throw dirt all throughout the whole thing. There's like 9 pounds of dirt in the motor currently.
Yeah, we gotta pull that one apart. This guy, who's driving this guy?
This is the Samet.
Everybody.
This is the Samet replacement.
Yeah, this
Oh yeah,
is the same
Sam
actual
drove
place.
this one. So we raised the car up a bunch for the jump, and because the front control arm kind of sits at a bit of a pitch, forward pitch. So the more we raised it, the more the wheel came back in the wheel well. So every time he would really like start getting to lock, it would hit the back of the wheel well. We just put these fenders on, by the way.
We just put these fenders on?
Yeah, and so it was chewing up the tire. You can see all that. So these cars are not meant to be ran at this height. We have the caster maxed out as far as it'll let us go on the control arms, and it was still hitting. So did what we could, but you got to get a lot of laps in. Took it off the jump a few times. This thing is actually probably the biggest trooper with the jump. Like,
Yeah.
this is the one that doesn't break anything.
It debeated once.
FD beat it.
Yeah, debeating is fine, but like the other E46. Well, we'll go look at the other E46.
Yeah, we'll get to that one. The only 2 cars that didn't really break on the jump was Johan driving the 350Z. He only debeated like twice on that. No, he debeated once and Adam debeated once.
Yeah.
That car was a trooper.
That was sick.
This
though.
one
The rear
did it.
dash bar like sunk into the ground. I mean, the skid pad didn't like it. I liked it. It looked really cool.
I like Denofa jumping and ripping off the back of the 370Z. That shit was rowdy. He tried to jump over the car. You're supposed to jump with the car, and Denofa just tried to
If you look at
leapfrog.
the pictures, the door of the car that's leading is literally smoking from him steering into the door right before he went off the jump. And then he's like, oh yeah, he hit the brakes when he was going off the jump. I'm like, hey, you hit his car.
He was trying to push him to go faster.
There was a moment of panic there.
This saw some action.
Yeah, this initially we took it out. We had to change the radiator like as we were loading it on the trailer because we figured out it was broken, leaking. We did not know that when we got the car. Then we put the new radiator in there, bled the cooling system as much as we could at the time, but then just loaded it on the trailer. So when she first took it out, it started getting a little hot. We put some water in it. And then aside from that, the handbrake wasn't really grabbing. So we were going to go ahead and bleed that, but then she was jumping back and forth between her rotary car and, I don't know, she was driving all kinds of stuff. So
We were
yeah,
running around like crazy. We had 7 cars, 9 cars.
she initiated. Her brother had put the shifter on for us because we didn't know where the shifter was, and he's like, yeah, I already put it in the car. So she went, initiated, put the car in second, shifter came off, went to pull the handbrake didn't lock, and she went right into the barrier. But, I mean, it'll buff out.
Yeah,
We'll just use Donnie's headlight kit on the front bumper.
we're good. This is Joel's beater.
Superior.
Superior chassis.
This girl right here was a performer.
She showed up. We had obviously a short period of time when we built this car. Hurt got in it, drove great. Probably some of the best tandem driving I've seen him do when he was running against Losi. At one point, the fans did not get turned on, so it kind of preheated everything. It was sitting at like 230 degrees. And he was also just like slapping limiter, just waiting on grid just because he loved the way that it sounded. And
big shout out to Texas Speed for building a motor that Hurt can't blow.
yeah,
So.
Hurt didn't blow it up, thankfully. But so as he was revving it and going crazy with it, we got up to like 260 degrees. ECU went into like a fail-safe mode, which was reduced power. And so everything started getting a little bit hotter because it was running leaner. And then as he's like slapping it and redlining it, then we had a little bit of heat sleeving on one of the oil lines. So thankfully it was just the heat sleeving that burned up, but the oil line did not actually burst because that would have been much worse. So we actually got to drive this back on the trailer and stuff.
The starter went off too.
Oh yeah, and the starter went. That was just stupid because I mean this.
And the alternator?
And alternator.
And alternator. Yeah, we had this car had been through 4 motors, and it was still the original starter and alternator from the original setup. So I guess it's just over time, then the car sitting for months at a time in between. Starter finally went, but that was a relatively easy fix at the side of the track.
And then I heard the gas pedal broke.
Yeah, it's these stupid
show me.
plastic BMW
Show
gas
me.
pedals. No, it's back in now.
Oh, it's definitely off.
Oh, it's still off, yeah.
You know the fix for that, right, boys? You
Zip
just take
tie.
that pedal completely off. My convertible.
So this has this
36.
stupid little plastic thing that you would think is supposed to retain it and hold it onto this guy, but as many times as we put it on, it just kept popping off. So we're just going to put like a nice aftermarket pedal in this thing. Yeah, we'll get it figured out. All in all, aside from some small issues, like the car performed pretty well. Obviously, stuff that needs to get addressed with testing. And unfortunately, this time our testing was at the event.
Usually the case.
Yeah.
Body kit lasted. Hurt didn't scratch it up. It looks beautiful still.
I thought he was going right into Losi's door on the second initiation when they had the one more time battle. And man, I was panicking a little bit. But
Yeah, he was on the door, but he just didn't touch
came
it.
out unscathed.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Next.
And then after
you got that one on fire.
yeah, we parked it because we didn't want to overheat the oil line and stuff like that because it was pretty close to the header. So we sent him out, and this guy took it off the jump, first run, and he snapped all 5 of the stud conversion wheel studs on this side. Just broke all of them right off of the car. So that was fun. We were only actually able to get 2 out at the track, so we just put 2 bolts in it and loaded it on
There's
the
still
trailer.
2 bolts on
Yeah,
it.
there's still only 2 lug nuts on that thing.
Duarte hasn't made us fix any of the cars yet. He's letting us fix our own cars, which is really sweet because now my car runs. It doesn't have power steering, but
We're finishing Chris's car now.
Yeah, so now we are working on my car, which is super exciting because I think it's like part of Duarte's Christmas present to me.
Nice.
So we got the
Lift time.
subframe reinforced, all the bushings, everything done, trailing arms done, modified the oil pan. Now we're running oil lines and fuel lines.
Cool.
I got to finish up a little bit of wiring, and
he's got to buy a starter from Drift HQ.
yeah,
Yeah.
What
Lord
else?
willing, it might start today.
Cool. All right. Let's switch back to that. I got a montage.
That thing was right there. So it made it impossible to fit 2 90-degree lines coming off of there. So with that, I can use one regular 90 and then put a spacer on it and run the other 90 both forward. We'll have plenty of room, and we're further away from the headers. So you're just gonna make that flat.
Chop over that too.
Yep.
They're in. They turned out really good. I'm really glad I ended up TIG welding them because I don't have one burn on me. Not one spark hit me.
Catch on fire.
And your car didn't catch on
But it
fire.
wasn't that bad.
Yeah. All right, it is the end of the day. We finished up a lot of Chris's car. We didn't finish getting it running yet. There's a few other things we got to do. Tomorrow we have off, it's Christmas Eve, so we're going to go enjoy the weekend that we get because we haven't had one off in a while. But we got this plate made. We ended up putting this radiator farther forward to give him all of the fan clearance so we can put a nice big shroud back there and a big boy fan, and it'll actually exit out. We're going to cut a hole in his hood because he has a FDF vent.
Yeah, so all that heat doesn't just get blasted into the back or the front of my motor. It can actually just go right out of the hood. It's gonna be beautiful. And then so we still got to build an intake for it. I got to finish oil filter relocation. Got to mount the oil cooler.
Which they gave you a really cool bracket
Yeah.
for. Show him the bracket that Grassroots gave you. Set him up with all of his AN fittings that he needs. Looks really good. We were able to make them all work with the oil pan that we did. We had to modify a little bit, but look at the...
Big shout out to our boy at Grassroots there. Make this sweet bracket for the oil cooler, as well as sending me a bunch of fittings and hoses and all that stuff like that I needed for oil lines, power steering lines, coolant lines. Pretty much everything came from him. Hooked me up with this project, so real MVP for that one for sure.
I like the Bobby brackets. So we hope you guys have a happy Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah. All my boys out there, stay classy. Like, subscribe, comment.
Watch the YouTubes.
All the tubes. Tubies.